Hey guys, it's Carla with Intuitive Sparks here. I just wanted to let you all know what I've been doing today, how to make a garden. So, I just got my garden plowed last week, and this morning I have been making rows, as you can see. And you've got to just make your rows high like that so the water doesn't just run off the flat land and it can gather in the bottom parts of the rows, and the plants will have great root growth area. So I space them far enough apart to not let the vegetables run into each other, because they will. As you can see, I did some rows long, and then over here, top corner, my husband loves sweet corn, so I did that section sideways and just did one corner for it. And you want to do your rows a little closer for corn if you plant it, because you kind of want the corn stalks to touch each other. Sorry, I know it's going to be kind of bouncy film, but let me walk up here. I'll show you how much closer they are than these rows per se. See, I have a little square section here for the corn rows, but see, they're just kind of right there on top of each other. And then you can see these short rows here. You can't see the angle of the land, but my land is going down slope. So anything you want to plant, like cantaloupe, watermelon, cucumbers, any of that stuff, you'll want to plant kind of on a down slope. And you'll want to plant it where there's, see how much room is around that row right there? You want to plant it where there's enough room for it to grow out without choking out other vegetables. I learned this the hard way. Because it will travel. It's vines. The cantaloupe, watermelon, and cucumbers are vines. So I just want to give you an idea. So that one's going to be cantaloupe, and then that one's going to be cucumbers and squash. Squash is also a vine plant. This little row over here on the side by the fence, if you watch my video how it all began, that's where my daddy's sunflower seeds are going. Another helpful idea, and I'll talk to you on the next video about what to plant and how you should plant, but if most people don't have a spot this big to make a garden, so if you don't, you can do gardens in pots. You can take a portion of your backyard and make a garden, because let me tell you something, you're wondering why everybody's getting sick from cancer and everything else. It's because of all the stuff they're putting in your food these days, all the stuff that's processed that's bad for us. Another thing to beware of if you do make a garden, I don't know if you can see this, but watch. Thousands of fire ants. Do you see them? And they will eat you up. Some people are very allergic to them, so you want to be careful about that. I've heard that grits are a natural fire ant killer. Not positive on that. I hadn't tested that one out yet, but if you'll notice, the dirt on most of my garden is a beautiful, rich, dark dirt. But then if you look up to the top corner of the garden, it's red. It doesn't have the nitrogen and nutrients in it that it needs. So what I did is I use a natural fertilizer. Let me see if I can show what I use to you. Would be located right over here. Can you see them? That's right. Chicken poo or manure or whatever you want to call it. I use their stuff in my garden to help enrich the soil naturally. So what I do, you cannot put it on there straight fresh. You got to let it sit 6 months to a year. So when I clean the chicken pen out, I have a spot back here on the other side of the mulch where I put it for the year to stay. And so at the end of the garden season, I'll come out here and put it all over the dirt. And then in spring, like last week, when I get the garden area plowed, it's plowed into the soil, which helps the soil. So, anyway, this is gardening part 1, and I'm going to do another one as soon as I get my stuff ready to plant. And I look forward to it. Talk to you guys later. Visit me at www.intuitivesparks.com or on Facebook, Intuitive Sparks with Carla. Have a beautiful day. Love and light. Bye.